all of the teaching all week dealing with there's a place in God, dealing with the secret place, dealing with long suffering, and in general, just talking about how we live. I will end this week's lesson showing the benefits of suffering God, coming to that place of humility. And a lot of times we can be consumed with what we got, people, places, and things. Be consumed with who you're in love with, and what you call success, and what you call, I'm blessed. And you are people that are materialistic, or people that I can say America. I'll be honest, because when I go out of this country and then I look back here, I hear the complaints. I say, man, we are spoiled. We're spoiled. People live a whole different life, and then so the battle here is social status, and is so you can consume yourself with your world, what you feel is success, what you feel is happiness, and so forth. The thing with your messed up self, with all your failures, with all your past, and all your mistakes, you don't understand what God has done. He has accepted you. You ain't gonna find too many people that gonna accept you with all your baggage, all your mess. If anybody know you, tell somebody, God know me. If don't nobody else know me, he know me. He know you. And when he look at your life, he look at all the mess you done, and we just gonna go there. We're gonna look at all the mess you done. He still turn around and accept you. He still turn around and say, I want you. You're mine. Ephesians 1:6. Read.
To the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved.
We can look at going to that place, secret place, long suffering, and what's the conclusion is? God have accepted you. He accepted you with all of you. And you know our bishop gonna tell it like it is. He accepted you with your messed up self. Somebody ought to tell him thank you. He accepted you, all your mistakes and all your failures and all your wrong decisions. He accepted you with your attitude, with your funny ways, all the sin that you done committed. He turned around and accepted you. You got to tell him thank you. It's your messed up self. He said, I still want them. I still love them. I know what they did. Now, when God say, I know what you did, he talking about, I know what you did to him. I know what they did to me. And he accepted you. He say, now listen to what Paul said. He made us accepted in the beloved. Tell somebody, he made you. You weren't born that way. He just said, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. I want you. I accept you. And then somebody got the audacity to say, well, do you know how messed up I am? You know all the mistakes I made? He already know that. He still accepted you. Somebody ought to tell him thank you. You want to see how the process is? I'm going to show you what he could have done. Genesis 4:4. Read.
And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering.
Lord had respect unto Abel and his offering. Now watch this. Read.
But unto Cain and to his
Now,
offering,
let's stop right there. Cain did have an offering. So we're not talking about somebody who did not try to give God something. He gave God something. Because you got many people that live and they don't do nothing. They don't give nothing. They don't do nothing. They don't want to give nothing. They don't want to give themselves. They don't want to do nothing. Here it is. This man gave God an offering. Start over, 5th verse.
but unto Cain and to his offering, he had not respect, and Cain was very wroth, and his countenance
God
fell.
just said, I don't want what you're trying to give me. Read.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be
He
accepted?
said, now, if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted? So he's saying to Cain, if you do well, you don't think I'll accept you? Read.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him.
Now, here it is. You know you done been in sin. And God turned around and looked at you and came to the conclusion, I still want him. And here it is, Cain giving an offering to God. God saying, I don't want what you're trying to give. I don't want it. I don't have no respect for what you're trying to do. Now you got to understand what grace done. Grace positioned us to the very people that does not deserve to be saved. These are the people that he choosing. And then they got the audacity to not want to surrender their life to him. Tell somebody hell real. The reason why folks say he's slow to judgment, so the reason why people ain't just running to God is because God ain't turning around and judging them. They're still sinning and he ain't doing nothing, so they feel like it's okay. You know, God ain't doing nothing, so they still in their sin, they're doing their thing. You know, if your turn be bad, you're gonna whoop them. So they get used to, you know, if they know they're doing something, they know that they go to crime before you even hit them. What God do, he sit there because he know his judgment is eternal. He sit there before he judge, sit there and allow a person, in looking at them in a sense, they'll change one day. I'm gonna give them enough time, give them a chance to change. But because he's not judging their sin at the moment, most people just continue in it. I'm doing what I want to do. Ain't nothing really happening to me. So I'm gonna keep doing what I want to do. You can actually live your whole life, a normal life, and don't find out till you die. Somebody better tell God thank you. We are accepted in the beloved. 1 Samuel 12 and 22, read.
For the Lord will not forsake his people, for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people.
Now it pleased him. What? Yeah. Anybody know what you did? Anybody here know what you did? You know what you did. It said it pleased him to make you his people. And you know what you did. And here it is. So he tried to give us an illustration of the type of life. So when you look at the life of Joseph, how his brothers betrayed him. You look at the life of Job, how his friends turned on him when his materialism started leaving, his money started leaving, and all his children died and so forth. His friends come up to him as if he's cursed. Now watch and see what God do. Job 42:7. Read.
And it was so that after the Lord had spoken these words unto Job, the Lord said to Eliphaz the Temanite, My wrath is kindled against thee, and against thy two friends. For ye have not spoken of me the thing that is right, as my servant Job hath.
Now, notice Job's friends talking noise to him. They're talking down to him. And the Lord said, For ye have not spoken of me the things that is right, as my servant Job hath. It's in now, Job talking different from y'all. Job is the one who going through the test, but you sitting here talking to him like he cursed. Job is saying, naked I came in, naked I go out. Blessed be the name of the Lord. See, so I came in naked, so I leave in naked. God is still good. Y'all love the Lord? What? The man had 7,000 sheep, 7,000 cattle. He was wealthy. He had a big stock. That's why the stock market is called a stock market, where all the money be sitting there, the people be trade money. Job had a humongous stock, but his friends was calling him cursed. That's why you got to humble yourself in your test, so that God can go and speak in your behalf. The 8th verse, read.
Therefore, take unto you now 7 bullocks and 7 rams, and go to my servant Job, and offer up for yourselves a burnt offering, and my servant Job shall pray for you. For him will I accept.
For him will I accept. Read.
Lest I deal with you after your folly, and that ye have not spoken of me the thing which is right, like my servant Job. So Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite went and did according as the Lord commanded them. The Lord also accepted Job.
When accepted of the beloved is when God choose with all your mess to accept you. Somebody tell the Lord thank you. So the Lord told them, take your offering to Job. Job started out with 7,000. When God finished, he had 14,000. God gave him. So we're going back to all this teaching this week. Tell somebody God will give you double for your trouble. You know, I was out there today talking with Apostle on the phone, and some told me, you know, he said, go to the mailbox, check the mailbox. And I said, well, go to the mailbox, check the mailbox. And I went in there, I said, this looks like a check. Well, my name went on it, but it still looked like a check. So I called a person, I said, it's some mail here for you. And they said, oh yeah? I said, yeah, this looks like a... Now, I was out there, some told me to go and check the mailbox. I said, you want me to open your mail for you? They said, yes. And I said, oh, this is a check for you. I said, okay. You know, you got to have a life with God free to communicate with you. And what is it? All this in turmoil, all this stuff that's going on. I ain't talking. I ain't arguing. I'm not going to fuss. A whole lot of stuff be coming at me. In a day. Because I don't carry my burdens. I don't carry my problems around. That's why you come in here and like God went with you earlier today. Tell somebody God been with you all day. And you act like he just showed up here with you. He been with you all day. But what he had to do, he had to get me alone. He wanted me to him. All you had to do was to spend that time with him while you had everything. No, you're building your kingdom. You want to have your way. You want to do things your way. So God can take a problem and turn it into the blessing, which is the relationship with him, with understanding that I'm accepted of the beloved, and you can actually prosper having less than what you had. Why? Because you've been accepted in the beloved. Isaiah 41:9, read.
The whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee.
It said, I'll strengthen you.
Yea, I will help thee.
I'll help you.
Yea, I will uphold thee.
It said, I will uphold thee.
With the right.
Now, none of that is your job. He said, I will strengthen thee. He said, I will help thee, and I'll withhold thee. Tell somebody, God know how to keep you. With your weak self, he know how to keep you. He said, I'll withhold thee. He said, I'm going to strengthen you. So why is he saying I'm going to strengthen you? He said, because I know you're weak. I'm going to strengthen you. He said, now, you think, how am I going to make it like the son? He said, I'm going to help thee. He said, then I'm going to turn around. I'm going to withhold thee. I'll keep you. Why? Because I know it's heavy. Y'all love the Lord? Accepted of the beloved. The benefits of being accepted of the beloved. Isaiah 49:8, read.
Thus saith the Lord, in an acceptable time have I heard thee, and in a day of salvation have I helped thee. And I will preserve thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, to establish the earth, and to cause to inherit the desolate heritages.
He said, now, do you know why I'm keeping you? Do you even understand there's some stuff that I got preserved for you? Don't you know I got a heritage for you? I got something I want to give you, but I can't give it to you till I get you to a certain place. I got a heritage for you. Not only do I have a heritage, I know you're thinking about heaven. Not only do I have a heritage in heaven, but I got a heritage here for you. It's something, I was telling somebody today, the apostle came over to the house today, and he was just admiring the house. I said, well, I think the thing that I like most of all ain't no rent, ain't no mortgage. I mean, people could walk in the house and tell me I got a beautiful house, and then you sweating you got to keep the payments up. I'm in there, ain't got no rent, no mortgage. You don't get no sweeter than that. What you talking about? I don't care what kind of, you got a big old beautiful house, you got a big old beautiful payment somewhere. I said, it's sure enough sweet when you ain't got no rent, you ain't got no mortgage payment, and your name on the deed. Y'all love the Lord? Somebody tell God thank you. You don't get no sweeter than that. You might have a bigger house, but you sure got a bigger payment, because mine is 0. Y'all love the Lord? Got men of God helping me. They just laboring, and so forth. These brothers, I feed them too. I feed them Beyond Burgers. Yeah, I mean they be working, and boy, they eat. Well, now you got Alma there now. Apostle came over there, and Alma was connecting the electric together, and then she went like the sun. And so Apostle said, wait a minute now, is you waiting for glory, or some electric just hit you? I don't think y'all want to connect with that. She with that fire. Y'all love the Lord? Tell the Lord thank you. Do you understand the benefit of God just looking at you with your messed up self and saying, I love you. I want you. And what do he want to do with you? Isaiah 56:7. Read.
Even them will I bring to my holy mountain.
He said, I'm trying to bring you to a high place. You sitting here, you steady want to stay down here on this earthly level. You want to sit here and look at, look what I got down here. Look who loved me down here. Look who mad at me down here. Look at what kind of car I got. Look what kind of house I live in. He said, no, I'm trying to take you to a high place in me. What we were talking about, I got a place to go to, the secret place. Long suffering. Read.
And make them joyful in my
Start over
house.
at that verse.
Even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon mine altar. For mine house shall be called an house of prayer for all people.
We come in here praying. We got a praying church. We come in here praying, and don't you know, now you done position yourself even more. But are you mixing it with faith, and are you sowing? Apostle came to the house today, he said, you got to sow down and you got to sow up. He said, some people sow up, but they don't sow down. Some people sow down, but they don't want to sow up. You're going to reap what you sow. You sow down. I'm going to send the teaching he did on biblical economics. And y'all saw that? Tell you how to treat the house of God, because it sure need that teaching. We deal with people that don't have no respect. We deal with these children that don't have no respect for the house of God. They don't have no respect for it. You got grown people that don't have no respect for the house of God. They feel they can do anything in him, they can say anything in him. Some even committed sin in him, and they don't have no respect for the house of God. So all that's part of biblical economics. These folk don't know you messing with your own heritage. You're like stealing money from your own self. You sow down, that's giving alms. That's helping somebody else who's less fortunate than you. That's sowing down. Not the fella on the corner there talking about we work for food and then you're going to give him money, talking about I'm giving money to them. And then just talking about the homeless people, because you need to find out why they're homeless. They're homeless for a reason. They're not homeless because they couldn't get no job. Most of them homeless because they're on drugs. Well, most of them homeless. So he ain't saying so. So it's really someone who is down but trying to get up. That's sowing down. You sow up to your pastor. That's how you sow up. Sow down to people that need help. That when you take your money and you help them, you're going to see your brother, your sister in need, and then you don't help them? Or have you sold down? And sowing down ain't always giving money and so forth. If somebody need a ride, or you get them a ride. I told my I done got on these grown brothers around here I say, a grown man supposed to want something. You get tired of asking people for stuff. Get tired of asking people for a ride. Get tired of asking people, can I take a bath at your place? You get tired of asking people for stuff. Somewhere down the road, you should want your own. Then when you see one of them, I came in today. Who cleaned up today? Y'all did a good job. Leo cleaned up today. Who is we? Who? Whatever that other stuff y'all spraying, the thing, the atmosphere. Now I might get a fuser, because Pastor got a fuser now. A fuser is the thing. When y'all see one of them fusers, they send out the aroma in the air, look like smoke. And so for the fuser, we find frankincense and myrrh, and we can put one in here. Y'all love the Lord? You got to have a respect for the house of God. You got to have respect for the man of God. You got to have respect for the people of God. Why? Because you have been accepted of the beloved. I'm trying to take you to a holy place, a place of prayer, and then I will accept your offering. Remember, he had no respect for Cain's offering. Now, you all praying. Y'all coming to prayer every day, or 6 days a week. Coming to prayer. Some of you 7 days a week coming to prayer. Now look at Blessed of the Beloved, Luke 1:26. How God picked this woman out of all the women in the world, Mary, and described her. Luke 1:26.
And in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David, and the virgin's name was Mary. And the angel came in unto her and said, Hail, thou that art highly favored, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women.
You see, now, this woman, I choose this woman. She is highly favored. You know how people talk about, I'm blessed and highly favored of the Lord, you know, and they just as crooked as a $2 bill. Highly favored of the Lord. Now, what's on the other end of it? You can imagine what the people saying. They're in their betrothed year of marriage. She's showing her pregnant in the betrothed year of marriage. He have to take her away. Why? Because people gonna be talking. They know it's too soon for her to have a baby. Because betrothed year, you still, even though the husband got his wife, he worked for 7 years for the father. And then the betrothed year, he got to prove to the father that he can take care of his daughter. So he got to take care of her, but he can't touch her to a year. And we sit here and be trying to just make somebody put in a year and get a place for you to stay, and then you go to looking at us crazy. They had to work 7 years. They had to actually work 8 years before they even get married. Y'all love the Lord? Tell somebody I love the Lord. Acts 10:35, what it say?
But in every nation, he that feareth him,
and
worketh righteousness, is accepted with him.
He said, now I'm giving you the prerequisites after I save you from your mess. This is all I ask of you. Fear me and try to do what's right. So I accept you. Romans 5:2.
By whom also we have access by faith into this grace wherein we stand, and rejoice in hope of the glory of God.
We got access through faith. Why? Because God has accepted us. Tell somebody, God has accepted you. And I just want to tell him thank you. Thank him for accepting me with my mixed up life I had. I had a messed up life. And he called me from my messed up life and just say, I love you. Or you gonna do what I say? I pulled you out your messed up life and brought you. He didn't send no angels. He sent Gabriel to Mary. He came himself to you. God came himself inside of you. I said, I just love you. Everybody can find a reason for me not to love you, but I just do. I just pick you out. You ain't no better than nobody. You ain't no less than nobody neither. I just said I love you. Somebody need to tell him thank you. No, I'm not bringing all your friends with you. I'm not bringing all your family members with you. I'm not bringing all your children with you, but I chose you. That's enough to tell him thank you. I will accept anybody that you witness to. I'll bring your children if they listen. I'll bring your family if they listen. They can't hear without a preacher. But don't be getting upset if I don't choose everybody that you love. You just turn around and be thankful that he chose you. I want to tell you thank you. He chose me. I got to tell him thank you. I could have been the one that's fighting against this. I could have been the one that just in sin, ain't even thinking about heaven or hell, just living my life. I got to tell him thank you for coming in my heart and my mind and changing my messed up mind, my messed up heart. Open my eyes to his truth. Lord, I got to tell you thank you. I'm so glad you interfered in my mess. I'm so glad you broke in my life. I don't see how somebody can turn around and say, I accepted Jesus Christ. You can't accept nothing. You can't come to the Father except the Son draw you. Lord, I want to tell you thank you for messing up my playhouse. Lord, I thank you. Thank you, you won't let me keep doing what I want to do. You didn't let me keep in my folly, in my mess. Came and put your love in me, your joy in me. Showed me a better life. I got to tell you, thank you. Don't none of us deserve this. It ain't like we just woke up and said, I'm going to be saved and I'm going to God. No, he came in the middle of our mess. In the middle of your mess, he came and interfered. Lord, I want to tell you thank you. We serve a good God. Good God. Romans 15:7, read.
Wherefore receive ye one another, as Christ also received us.
Stop thinking it's okay to have an attitude with God people. It's not. It says, receive one another, as Christ also received us to the glory of God. You can't go around, you're always thinking of the negative thing about your brothers and your sisters. Y'all love the Lord? No. Some people, I don't baby grown people now. So I'm just telling you the truth. I ain't babying them. You know, they show me a leg as a bone, I show them I can eat right in your face. We can go out to eat and I can sit right down there and look at you. Show me you don't want to work, then you must be don't want to eat. Y'all love the Lord? I don't hurt my feelings, not one bit. Show me you got an initiative, I'll show you I want to help. Y'all love the Lord? Tell the Lord thank you. I don't care if you go out there and just paint the mailbox, showing me you want to do something. Now, I don't mind helping. But you don't want to do nothing. You don't want to do nothing. I don't understand y'all, sister. Why you want a lazy man? What's wrong with you? Something wrong. You know. You just thirsty. You'll drink anything. They can give you a Mickey. You'll be all right. You don't care if they knock you out. You know. Oh, Bishop trying to protect you. You know. You look at him and say, hey, what kind of job you got? How much money you make? And when the last time I heard you speak in tongues? I ain't heard you speak in tongues in a while. Hey, you better check yourself. You got to follow, you got to have a job. You got to have a place to stay. If you want to look at me, and you better be saved. You around here selling for anything. Y'all love the Lord? Tell the Lord thank you, Jesus. I'm just trying to help your sister. That's all. I ain't trying to keep you lonely because you look sad. You look like you need to be married. So don't think I'm trying to keep you from being married. No, I want you. I wish I could just ship you off right now. I'm just trying to make sure he take care of you, that's all. That's all. He don't want us to be happy. Oh, we're going to be happy and broke. Watch you see how long your happiness lasts. Well, hey, You got any money for? We can get a 99-cent burger at McDonald's. I think no, that ain't enough. They $1.29 now. 99 cent ain't gonna get it. He ain't getting nothing. You might get a cup of water. See, Bishop got us on a water fast anyhow. Let's go and get a cup of water. Y'all love the Lord? 2 Corinthians 5:9. My last scripture, I think. Read.
Wherefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted of him.
We labor, whether the man of God is there or not. I want to be accepted of him. I don't want to live a life in front of the man of God and then live something different when he ain't around. Got a lot of people do that. And they think that we don't know. You know, they want to get all spiritual and get all deep, everything, because the pastor around, and then when you ain't around, they live a whole, the Bible call them two-faced. They got a couple of faces. You know, they just holy. And then when they get with certain people or by themselves, they're a whole different person. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. Y'all love the Lord? May God bless you. May He have a smile upon you. Any